What's up, everybody? I'm back and we're working on something fun tonight. There we go. So on tonight's ordeal, I got you guys on chat room here, so you guys can chat while I work. We're going to be working on Filbert tonight, and we're going to be swapping out the turbo actually tonight. We're going to be going to a Garrett turbo for the time being, actually a temporary swap. I'm going to be upgrading to a Mamba turbo, but I have a spare turbo right now at the moment, so going to be doing that today. So for right now, I just unbolted the top. Hey babe, watching me. I already unbolted the top clamp. I'm gonna start working on this bottom one right here. What's up, Pesky? Happy 4th. I know it's not Canadian Day, but happy 4th either way. So we gotta take off this clamp, and then we're gonna take off this clamp, and then this will give us all the room for me to work on the back next. So right over here, we're going to take off this lower clamp. Oh man, my ring's going off. Hold on. It's going off because I'm in front of it. There we go. Happy 4th, DJ. Happy delayed first. And then right here, I'm going to take off this one. This one's really quick. I mean, my intake literally is just one clamp. And that's it. Yeah, this turbo, I think it finally blew a sealed, so, because there's oil in there. So it's definitely time to swap it out. What's up, Back 4 Wolf? This is the only downside with journal bearing turbos is that they fail. They fail more often than not, unfortunately. Get a year, maybe 2 years out of them since they're so cheap, you know. It does suck. But I mean, that's the nature of these type of turbos. Ball bearing turbos work a lot better, a lot more reliable. You can see right here, hard to see, but there's tons of oil inside of here. That's just a good sign that there's oil coming out of it and spilling. No bueno. They clean these pipes up next. Fireworks are going. Pretty cool. And most people's fireworks are already done. Ours just started. This year we're definitely not gonna see fireworks. What's up, banging? Happy 4th. And then next, since this is already removed, this is removed, the next thing is to remove this oil line. Yeah, they're rebuildable. This is 100% rebuildable. Right now I already have a spare, so I'm gonna actually send it back to get it rebuilt. I'm gonna actually send it to Turbonetics. Turbonetics actually rebuilds them with better internals, so they last a little bit longer. So I'm gonna go that route next. I actually got 2 of these turbos that I want to rebuild and have them as spares. They're usually about like $400 to $500 to get rebuilt, so that's what I'm gonna do next. So now I gotta get a crescent wrench right here and unbolt it right here, and this will unbolt the oil line. Yo, 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 Tiny, what's up, fool? Happy 4th. Yep. Perfect spot for a mic since I only have one wiper. Got a good eye there, banging. So right there, that's pretty much the oil line. Moved out of the way. I let this sit overnight just so I didn't have a lot of oil to drain out of the lines. I didn't want to make a big mess. I put some cardboard underneath just in case. You never know. Okay, so next step here is to unbolt the 4 13s on the back that hold the downpipe. It'll come out. It does come out. It's a tight fit, but it comes out. I get that a lot. I gotta get my new exhaust wrap put back on because, yeah, the exhaust wrap I have now is falling apart. I am not a fan of exhaust wrap. That stuff does not last very long. If you guys have any better options than like a standard wrap, do I have a tutorial for a single wiper? Yeah, just take off the wiper and just leave one wiper on. Clarence McKay, this is a SPA Turbo. Go to SPA Turbo USA or spaturbo.com. They got them all there. It's a big old beefy boy. I got a new one. Nice, man. Oh, that wrench is down there now. Yeah, literally my wiper, single wiper is I just delete this one. Don't even leave it on there, I just leave the one wiper and that's it. Oh, that sucks, banging. Ah. There we go, there we go. Don't fall, don't fall. Haha. Yeah, their top mount is pretty good. Gotta get some WD. Those bad boys are on there. I might as well soak everything else while I wait. Woo! All the fireworks going. Oh, nice. You're getting a CAT scan from Integrated Engineering. Good stuff. Yeah, banging. Oh, right now, everybody's been spending money in them stimulus checks, buddy. This downpipe bulb always gives me an issue. Well, if it breaks, it breaks. Not gonna care. Swapping the turbo out, so whatever. I don't have any PB Blaster, that's why. If not, I'd be putting PB Blaster instead. What? I didn't ignore you, Tiny. What did you say? Yo, I hit you up yesterday. Why didn't you answer? You don't love me no more? When did you hit me up? I didn't see anything from you. You liar. Exactly. Definitely not helping. I don't want you to be all sentimental, Tiny. Jeez. What time did you call me? I didn't get a phone call. Oh, you know what? There was a part of the day that I didn't have my phone all for half the day, so that might have been it. Because I forgot where I left my phone and I couldn't find it. That might have been when you called me. Did it break? Nope, it didn't break. Damn it. I would have felt better if it broke. Tiny. Don't be emotional. You hurt my feelings when you left the VW gang, bro. So, how about we just call it even? Oh, and I need you, by the way. I need you to come to a show with me. I need you to drive one of my cars. I'll let you even drive Filbert if you want. What's up, Benjamin? How you doing, buddy? Oh my God. I just want this thing to break. I don't even care if this stupid thing doesn't snap. I'm gonna have to remove my front bumper. Yeah, I might have to remove the front bumper so I can get the intercooler pipe out and get it going. This sucks. I got a push notification because I'm subscribed. That's right. What show? We got 4 shows full. We got on the 17th, Dubs on the Shore. On the 24th, Kobe Swamp Meet. There's a show in August for, I forgot what it was called. And in October, we got SoCal Euro. What cams? I have SPA turbo cams. I have their street cams that are on their website. Monroe, what's going on? It's failing. It's leaking. One of the seals failed, so it's leaking oil. But it's okay. I have a replacement. It's just gonna take a minute. This stupid thing's giving me an issue. You know, typical Mark IV stuff. I have a temporary turbo until I get my Mamba turbo in. What's up, Luis? Here for some Q&A, buddy, and just chilling and working on the 4th of July. You know, what other great day to work on, you know? Yeah, he's trying to sell his Mark IV, Luis. No, all engines. Liquid moly is just a different brand of oil, but they do not all need... Nice, Benjamin. Get that shit going. Happy 4th? Yeah. Yeah, Tiny's out of the VW club. He sold out for American. Tiny is just all American now. He's got a Bronco and a Jeep something. He went from slightly unreliable to super unreliable American. I mean, I would have felt better if he went like with a Honda, but you know. Tiny's, you know, he's a rebel. So what oil for your engine? I use Castrol 530 full synthetic. This one freaking bolt, man. I am struggling. I'm sorry, guys. You're watching me struggle do one bolt. And there it goes again. Yeah, I do Castrol 530 full synthetic for my builds, all my cars. Thank you, Pasky. Thank you. That is like the most honest, realistic. Yeah, I think everything from the 70s and older were the perfect American car. I'm gonna grab a rag. Oh man, you can hear America going in the background. Ah, this sucks, man.
You want to say the firework?
No, I'm good. I'm working. Yeah, I can hear them perfectly fine from here. They're going on 2 parks.
What, Kit Carson?
Looks like it's coming from probably Kit Carson, yeah.
And Grape Day.
Man, this sucks. I think I'm gonna snap it. I'm hoping it's gonna snap. If this bolt snaps off clearly, nicely, it's done. I'm happy. But it's moving.
You want me to feed you some tiny tacos?
Not right now. I'm really stressed out right now because this stupid bolt won't come off. Huh?
Is it
It's not going in. That's the issue. It's just sucky right now.
tight spot?
Yeah. This sucks. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can get something else in here because this is sucky right now. I'm actually frustrated. So, yeah.
You want a Pepsi?
No, not right now, baby. Let me see if I can get the Uggas in here now. Nope, Uggas won't work. It's just a wrench. It's just a sucky spot right here. It's such a tight spot. Only wrenches fit in there. Okay, so I have this other wrench. This right here is a what we call kind of an angled wrench. And that's what did it. Yep. Much better. Did it snap? No, damn it. You don't know how much I want this thing to snap. I know it's weird to say that, but I actually want this stupid bolt to snap already. I don't care. Yeah, I can't get a wobble on here. Yeah, I might have to torch it out actually. Because it's just where it's at is just sucky. Telling you guys, the struggle is real right now. But it's loose. I mean, there's a, I guess, a bright side to that. Let's see if this will work now. This thing is sucky. A TPS code, throttle position sensor? No, never. I've had a TPS code because I removed I've had a loose wire or a bad like TPS sensor, but not because I got it tuned. That's really weird. That sensor has nothing to do with your tuning. I'm frustrated. This thing is sucky. So very sucky. That bolt is being a pain. And this went in like no problems when I put it in. That's what sucks about freaking turbos. You know it was leaking oil? Yeah, I found out. Yeah, shift mint, more than likely you have to do an adaptation. A lot of times if parts come off and you don't adapt it, you're gonna get that sensor. It's a common sensor, not failure, but it's some type of adaptation issue you're having. I don't think you're having a failure. I think you're having an adaptation issue. How did I know? Pretty much I idle, this car started smoking a lot, and it never smoked pretty much since I built it. So at idle, the car would smoke a lot, and it didn't do that before. And I've driven the car pretty hard. So at idle, this leaks oil just enough to have blue smoke come out. I don't know how to do it. Shift mint, I can tell you how to do it, but let me concentrate on this one bolt, and then I'll help you then. All right. I have to concentrate right now because I'm getting a little irritated, you know. Not your fault, but no, you don't need VCDS to do adaptation for a throttle body. Not at all. Not at all needed. You just gotta know the keystrokes for it. There's actually a key sequence to do it. I'm just trying to think right now, guys. See what I have, what tools I have in my arsenal to make this work. Nope. Oh man, a full vehicle delete. Ah, I don't know if that hurts or that's just funny. Oh, I think I got it. Cool, he's got another turn on there. Oh, we're getting progress. We're getting actual progress now. And it snapped. Woo! That's what I was hoping for. All right. Manifold is off. I mean, the downpipe is removed now. I snapped it, but that's what I wanted. It wasn't coming off. I think it either rusted or cross-threaded in, probably. I don't remember. It's been so long, but it's off. So next step is the 4 bolts on the actual turbo, and then we're going to take off the lower oil line. So for this part, I use that's right, Tiny. Tight is tight. On this part, I used actually a company called Stage 8 for hardware. This is stainless steel hardware designed to never come off, pretty much, or ever back out. That's pretty much the technology on this thing. It's pretty cool, the products that they make, because they legitimately work. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Tiny did install that. That makes the most sense. So these bolts are held together by these C-clips. You guys can see that. These little C-clips right here hold the bolts actually in, and they use these little locking washers. I'll show you. It's pretty freaking cool. They use this little washer right here. You see it? It looks like a little triangle, like a little round triangle, like an ice cream cone. And what these do is that you thread in you put in your bolt, you put this in, and you put the C-clip right on top of it like this, and then this prevents the bolt from walking or backing out, pretty much. Super cool stuff. Yes, it is a Mark IV. I'm swapping out my big turbo for another big turbo. That's what we're doing. Well, that fell. I heard it hit the ground, so that's good. Where's the magnet? See if I can just magnetize it. Yep, this is Filbert. Good night, Pasky. You have a good night, girl. There's number 2. They both hit the ground. Okay. Washer number 3. Come on. This one's always the harder one. It's in the wrong spot. It's in a really tight fitting spot. But once we get this one last washer off, all 4 bolts will just come right off. These were all hand tightened. I know, right? It's always this one. There's always one bolt that's always a tight fit. But it's still easier than doing a small turbo, swapping on a small turbo. I can do this job in a couple hours, where a small turbo takes me a day, man. It's so annoying. If you guys ever pulled out a KO3 turbo, tell me how much of a heartache that is. Such a shitty. Yeah, small turbos are actually harder to remove than it is a big turbo, because small turbos sit down here below and you have to jack up the car to do most of the work. I can do everything on top of the car with the big turbo. There it is. Okay. Yep, they're in the same shitty spot. So yes, I definitely know. All right, so all 4 of them are removed. Now all we got to do is we just have to remove the I mean, KO4s, I mean, it depends what type of power you're looking for, Shift. I mean, you're just looking for a mild upgrade or an actual power upgrade. That really matters. You know, I used to have a KO4 build, and it was fun. I mean, if you like something just with a little bit of pep, you know. But I got tired of minimal. I wanted power. Can't remember what size this is. No, none of these fit. I forgot, because these are all standard size. They're not a metric. It's the only downside of these. And I don't carry any standard size tools. Okay, so I know I have something. Yeah, you're welcome, Shiftmint. Al, let me know when you have the extra valve cover and intake rail laying around. Want to plan on polishing them. Okay. I should have one actually pretty soon. think I used a 12. Or an 11. Can't remember the size of this. I think it was an 11, yeah. Let me get a big old extension. There we go. So here you go. This is the cool. These are $50 or $50 or $60 bolts, and I can show you guys why. So here's the bolt itself, so you guys can see that. It's pretty cool. So you get this really cool little locking washer. You put it on, it only goes in one way, just like that. And then you put this little C-clip on top of it, like this. So once you torque it to spec, you put your little ice cream washer on, then the C-clip, and that bolt will never back out. Super cool. These bolts, again, full stainless steel. Pack of 4 is about 50 to 60 bucks. They are priced high, but you'll never have to worry about exhaust leaks ever. No, I'm not buying Home Depot hardware. I learned my lesson. I've actually done that before. But I'm going to show you guys how to do something else after I get this done. Depends on how far I get tonight. Okay, so mid reliability until I have other changes. Build starting my YouTube next week. There's no such thing as mid reliability. Number one, if you don't buy a brand name KO4, you're not gonna have a reliable turbo. I'm telling you that right now. You're just throwing money away, and you're throwing a lot of time away for shift. My recommendation, throw your money where it matters. Okay, don't just throw it away, put it somewhere where it matters. And in your scenario, definitely consider you know, just taking your time and making a smart decision, and just don't throw your money away, man. Just don't throw it away, because it's expensive. Some people really think, you know, it's only a $400 turbo. Or some people are just saying, you know, it's a cheap turbo. I'll deal with it later, you know. But in all honesty, if that turbo fails in the way that you don't want it to fail, where the impeller and all the metal shavings go into your motor, your $400 turbo ends up becoming a full rebuild. Pretty much a full turbo rebuild, a new turbo and a full engine rebuild, because you just threw a bunch of metal in your piston and cylinder walls, and you destroyed that motor. So personally, invest where it matters, which is everything. You know, just don't throw money at cheap stuff. You know? Just don't. It's not worth it. Throw your money, you know, into everything correctly. But just take your time. There's no rush. You know? There's no rush at doing this. So there's no reason for you to have it ready by next week. You know? If this is your daily, then don't. How can I say then just don't. You know? I mean, my car can be down for a month and I'll be okay. I got more than one car. You know? And I'm okay with that. But some of you guys, you know, this is your one car. This is your livelihood. And you're gonna throw it, you know, into a $400 turbo that can turn into a $4,000 mistake. Nah, man, I'm good. Do it right. Do it once. That's it. You know, I got this turbo. I knew exactly what I was gonna expect. I was gonna get about 2 to 3 years out of it, and I got exactly 2 to 3 years out of it. It's what I expected, and I'm okay with that. It's what I knew what I was gonna invest in, and I bought a bigger turbo, a better turbo. You know, I don't know what that code is off the top of my head. I'm sorry. I don't memorize codes, unfortunately. And down to the last bolt on the manifold, and then I just got the oil line on the bottom, and then we're done. We can swap the turbo. Yeah, Shiftmate, hit me up later. I can help you with that. I just don't know offhand, you know? I can't answer questions like that, like off the bat, but I can definitely help you later. That's not a problem for me. All right, we're down to the last bolt. Let me go get my other wrench. That's too big of a wrench. More likely. Oh no, it's not a 12, it's an 11. Damn it. Wrong size. See if these Allen wrenches fit, because I don't have an 11 wrench. Dang it. Yeah, so again, when you swap out the pedal and throttle body, you can't swap them out. They're not a swappable part, and they don't do automatic adaptation. You have to adapt those devices. If not, they're never going to work. That's why you have those codes. All right, Shiftman, if you're ready, I'm going to tell you how to do the adaptation. Just respond, and I will tell you what to do your adaptation. Just listen very, very carefully, okay? Because it's a procedure, but I will teach you how to do it. Respond, and I will answer to you right now. I'll tell you exactly how to do it. Again, you do not need, if you guys are here to learn this, pay attention very, very closely, guys. I'm going to teach you guys how to do an adaptation without using VCDS. All right? So, first thing you need to do, all right? Again, listen very carefully. First thing you need to do is disconnect the battery. Okay? Disconnect the battery, go inside the car, all right, and press on the brake pedals about 4 to 5 times. What this is going to do is going to discharge all the little capacitors in your car. Okay? Once you do that, go back into the engine bay and cross your negative and power wire together. Make sure the battery is not involved in this whole entire scenario. You want to cross power and negative cables, okay? Not the battery. You don't want electricity going through that. All right? Once you have done that, wait about 20 to 30 seconds, okay? Once you waited, plug the battery back in. Plug the terminals back on, okay? Now get your phone and get a timer, all right? Set the timer for 1 minute exactly. All right, 60 seconds. Once you do that, close the doors. You can leave the windows open, but make sure all the doors are closed. Nothing's open, not even the hood, okay? Put the car in the on position. All right, so turn your key immediately to the on position, but without turning the car on. So you know when the key goes over all the way to the right and everything turns on, leave it there, start your timer for 1 minute. Once the timer goes to 0, immediately put the keys back to the off position and then set your timer again for 1 entire minute. Once it goes down to 0, pull the keys out immediately and hit your timer again for 1 more minute. All right? Once it hits 0, go back and turn the car completely on to get it started, like get the ignition and the car running. So turn it immediately on, okay? So turn it and the car runs and it turns on. Let it idle for 1 minute and then turn the car off. You officially done an adaptation. That adapts the throttle body, that adapts also the pedal to that. So that's it. It's a 3-minute problem. I say 4-minute process all in total. So for all you guys out there who heard that, that is how you do an adaptation onto your car. Bolt number 4, Dunzo. You're welcome, shipment. 100% welcome. All right, gasket's still good. I'm gonna reuse that bad boy. I don't have a replacement for right now, so I have to reuse it. The last part came out. Yeah, that's spoolie boy. All right, now I got to get to this side, and then what I do is I can barely reach it, but there it is right there. There's my return line right there at the bottom. So you gotta grab a crescent wrench and then unbolt it. Like a couple turns, and then you can manually turn it by hand. Yep, that's tightening. I go the other way. Damn it, I need to get the other wrench. I need one for holding and one for turning. I don't think this one's big enough. Nope, definitely not big enough. All right. Ay, ay, ay. Sucker's a pain. There we go. Oh man, spoolie boy. Let's see here. Come on. Get out. Get out. There you go. Stupid thing. Come on. Should be off already. go. Oh yeah. Whew. There you go. My baby hamster wheel is out. Ay, ay, ay. Oof, excuse me. She's a beauty. Yeah, I'm gonna have it rebuilt. So, yep. This one's leaking oil. Leaking oil. On top of it, leaking oil. You can see right over here. See, the main hardware for it's failing, so it's causing it to leak oil as well. See, not supposed to do that. So I have to replace all the bolts on here, upgrade the bolts on it. So it just needs a rebuild. Nothing crazy. Yeah, because I've noticed pretty much a lot of blue smoke coming out, and it's because of this guy. But it'll get rebuilt and I'll use it on something else. You guys can see that, like right here. See, not supposed to do that. That's a big no-no for a turbo. You can see right here, tons of soot. All that soot because it's leaking all the exhaust gases from there. So again, that's why we have to replace it and get it rebuilt. But again, it's nothing to worry about. I got another one coming. I gotta clean this line up. So the issue with this was supposed to separate from the middle right here. So it's supposed to come off from here. It wasn't supposed to come off from the bottom like the opening from the top. So I was a little irritated. But okay, no big deal. This is what's supposed to come off. Not the bottom, not the top line. But again, no biggie. Nothing stripped, so I can reuse it. So next, I'm gonna wash my hands before I install my new turbo. So give me a minute and I'll be right back. I was gonna slap in the new turb skis. Oh, we gotta swap out parts too. I gotta swap out the fittings over here on the other one. Alright, so I'm going to be back in a couple minutes, so bear with me. I know there's not much to see here, but you'll see more when I come back. Battery died. Sorry guys. I'll be right back. Let me get to see some more footage. Light. Be right back. Hold on. Hey bud.
Hello.
Let there be light again. Let's see here. All right. Again, just give me a couple minutes and I'll get you guys back all in here, all right? If you guys like that. So my next issue is my intercooler pipe isn't big enough. I believe it's, yeah, it's 2-inch. I'm going from 2.5 to 2 inch, so I got to get a 90 degree. So that's my only thing. I won't get the car running until I get this part in. So that gives me more reason to get stuff going, but not bad. Nothing majorly faulty, just a pipe.
Hi, Elvis.
Hello. All right, so
I'm missing one bag, but looks like I got all my bags. Looks like I'm not missing any bags. Yeah.
all right. So this will be my top adapter. Right here. So this will be what will feed oil into my into the turbo. So this is actually the fill line. No, you're welcome, Shiftman. Did it work?
We have fireworks going.
So Shiftman, did the procedure work on your car? Oh, the battery just died. So this is a smaller turbo than the previous one I had, but it's bigger technically. It actually has a better turbine built into it, and it's designed to spool a lot faster at lower RPMs. So technically I'll be making the same amount of power at a much lower RPM, which is what I really want. So I'm pretty excited for that. And then pretty much we're just getting the lines ready to be put back in. I'm just cleaning them up, so get them ready to get back into the motor. I mean, on the car. How much is this one? This one retails anywhere. Well, this is a custom billet wheel. So because it's a custom wheel, it typically retails about $1,200 to $1,400. But I got a hookup locally by one of the local shops that I work with a lot. So I was able to get the turbo for about 800 bucks. I got two bees chilling here. Hold on. I'll get them out of here. Alright, cool. He went over there. Alright, sorry about that. Had a bee just chilling here and trying to bug me. Do I have any videos for a high pressure AC line? No, sorry. I actually delete AC lines. I don't care for AC. I don't care if it's 120 degrees. I won't have AC in my car. In any of my cars. My wife, on the other hand, she likes AC. She keeps them in her cars. I don't care for it. Just something less for me to worry about when it fails, you know? Alright, so here's the bottom line adapter. Yeah. Damn bees. Alright, so I gotta get nah, you can live without AC 100%. Yeah. Stupid bee. There's like 3 bees out here, bud.
Coming after your light.
I know.
Not you, because you're not sweet, so.
Oh, 100%. Oh, big old beetle now. Jeez. Can't get any work done at night. Freaking life just... nature starts attacking the Mark IV. Exactly. That's all you need is one, 2 windows, if you have 2 windows if possible. Alright, so I'm gonna get the mark on these. See here. I used to use just copper gaskets. I mean, gaskets for these, but now I've been using RTV and it does a much better job. It's impressive how a little bit of RTV goes a long way on these things. So pretty much, oh, over here, right here. I'm using a copper RTV for my gaskets now, and it works extremely well. And you'll see I'm just like the thinnest coat possible. You don't want a thick coat on these, just nice and thin. It works stupid well than just a gasket. Yeah, I actually stopped using metal gaskets and or nylon gaskets. I used to use nylon and metal. They work well, but fuck, all I have to do is tighten it down and call it a day, and I can make a gasket for like 20 cents. Why not? You know? I mean, I got in these turbos to where they're red hot and holds up flawlessly. Now, for anything else on the car, I wouldn't do that. Honestly. But for this, I mean, yeah, why not? What's the one thing you don't like to work on a Mark IV? What I don't like to work on a Mark IV? Brakes. I don't like working on brakes. It's so time consuming for very little reward. You know? But, I mean, you need them. So, I mean, you have to do them. Brakes. Honestly, that's pretty much it. It's probably the least rewarding thing I've ever worked on. You know, now going from like small brakes to a big brake, different story. That's for sure rewarding. But like general maintenance, that's what I'm talking about. Like just swapping out pads. You know, it's like so boring and very, very meager rewarding, like satisfaction, like job. I have more fun doing oil changes. Lost the washer. Oh, there it is right there. I can get it. How much more horsepower will it have? It won't have any more horsepower. It's going to have the same. So we're going to be making 400 to 450 horses, but I'm going to spool a lot faster. So it's going to be pretty much a better overall driving experience versus what I've had before, where I hit full boost around 45 to almost 5,000 RPMs. This one should get me full boost around 35 to 4,000. Much better. 1,000 RPMs less is well worth it for max power. Okay, so now that's all done. Thoughts on BMW? I'll say this, and I'll say this with all due respects. Alright, guys? BMWs are great cars. The old ones. Alright? anything pretty much early 90s and 80s BMWs are freaking amazing cars. After the 95, like after 97, I don't care for them. I don't like the styling. I don't like the way that they just, I don't like it. I just don't like it anymore. Again, I like old cars way more than I do new cars, and BMWs, they don't hold any, like, I don't care for them. I just don't care. Well, that really sucks. Holy crap. Does that really suck? I have to clock this over to the right. Oh my god. Hopefully you guys saw that, or see that. See that? Right there? The fitting hits the nut right here. So now I have to unbolt the turbo right here and clock it either to the right or to the left to make my my fitting fit. That sucks so much. I mean, sure, I don't care. I mean, they don't do it for me. I mean, if you put an M5, okay, you put an M5 in front of me and you put it like a a Mark 1 stock everything, I'm probably gonna look at the Mark 1 over the M5. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. You know, it's one of those things. It's just like, again, they just don't do it for me. They don't attract me like that. I like classic European styling. I like stuff with character, personality. You look at it and it just looks like it has life to it, you know? That's what I like. Alright, so these should be 13s, and miraculously I've been using 13s a lot today. Yeah, it sounds like a no to me. when an oil gasket becomes a job, why? I don't know. I should be able to do an oil change with just plain hand tools in 30 to 40 minutes. I mean, that's it. Any more than that, I mean, no. I mean, I'm literally doing a turbo swap in front of you guys, like I've been doing this on a daily basis, you know? So, you guys can see right here. So now the turbo, pretty much cold side, is now clockable. So I'm going to have to clock it more towards me, like that. Like around there. And now, because of that, I have to make sure it'll fit still. Since it is smaller, it should fit with no problems. Alright, BTS boy, you need to go. Over here. Yeah, that'll be fine. I didn't have to clock it very much, but you can see where it sits, and that sits beautifully. Nice, it's so pretty. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, big turbos just bring tears in my eye because he looks so good. This is also a cool thing about big turbos. They're easy to repair, like quickly. Easy. Now, next step in my future builds is actually to learn how to rebuild them and rebuild them properly. Yeah, definitely, man. Why don't you just build yourself a GLI clone? It'll cost you a lot less money instead of just trying to get one. You know? I mean, a GLI is just the interior and trim. I mean, you can always buy a Jetta and just piece it together until you get all the stuff you want on it. I mean, it's not going to hurt you. And no one's going to care. I mean, if people care, the purists care about it, then they can eat a big dong dong, you know? Yay. Bolts right up. Now, I use a special tape for this procedure as well. So I'll be right back. Now, if you guys ever do airbags or anything like that, buy this, okay? Best product in the freaking world is this thing called Fast Tape from Odie. If you want to do airlines, pretty much oil return lines, this tape is amazing. It's literally the best thing you'll ever buy for anything. For if you need to use a Teflon tape. It's not typical white or yellow. It's a gray tape. And this stuff is literally the best thing in the world when you want to seal something and prevent something from leaking. You can do it like a full 2 turns on it. And slap that bad boy in. So now we're going to tighten this guy down. Just like that. What is it? It would be nice if VW brought it back. Yeah. Pretty much anything Mark IV and older is gorgeous. All right. Just telling you guys that, you know, it's probably my favorite car. Favorite generations: 4, 3, 2, and 1. The Corrado, the Cabrio, all those cars pretty much in those generations are just gorgeous. Built right, and you know, nice stance, and the wheels, proper wheels and stuff like that. They're just gorgeous cars. I mean, there's nothing, honestly, nothing to complain about them, you know, besides their age. And they're really crappy motors. No balls, you know. That's why we do 1.8T swaps in them, or we do a VR6 swap. You know, we bring them back to life with some, you know, some real performance in them. All right, so now the turbo is ready to be reinstalled. The new turbo. So we're going to do that next. So first things first, we have to thread tape the return line here. So where did I put my thread tape? Right here. after I'm done with all of this stuff, next step is for me to do the clean my bay out. I gotta clean the bay, and then I got a new toy that I just got in as well for my car. Here's a match made in heaven. If you guys know what that is. What's up, Bob the Magic Man? So, yep, we're putting this in probably tomorrow or Tuesday. So we'll be putting our integrated engineering manifold, getting new O-rings, a bunch of other new stuff, gasket, spacer, upgrading quite a decent amount of stuff. So be ready for that, because you guys will be seeing that. I'll be doing a live on that as well. So we got the integrated engineering manifold, we got a Garrett turbo, so we got all these new upgrades for the Mark IV. So it's gonna be looking really, really good. And I'm going to clean the engine bay out because it is super dirty. I haven't cleaned this bay probably in about a year. Definitely needs a cleaning. I got a show this on the 12th. If you guys are going to go, not 12th, on the 17th. If you guys are anywhere in San Diego, we got Dubs on the Shore on the 17th. It's an awesome European car show, and you'll see Filbert there. You'll see the Outlander. Probably going to see the Jetta. The Patreon Jetta will probably make a presence. You know, all raggedy looking, but it's gonna be there. I hope, maybe, I don't know. So yeah, we're bringing 3 cars. We're gonna have our booth. We're gonna have a bunch of products to present. We're gonna be having a lot of cool stuff. We're gonna be giving away a bunch of cool stuff. So if you guys are going, you better make a presence. I'm gonna be pulling the valve cover off. I'm gonna repaint it. I'm gonna probably repaint, not repaint, but clean the whole bay out after as well. So just wanted to show you guys the new toy we got. Will I get a Golf R? No. If the closest thing to a Golf R I'll get is an R32, and even then they're super rare, so that probably won't happen either. And I'm not going to pay the sticker price for an R32. But maybe one day if an R32 came up, or you know, once the Golf turns the Mark IV turns 25 years old, which is in about 5-6 years. I can import a Bora R or an all-wheel drive like Golf. Dude, I would love an all-wheel drive TDI. Oh my god, I would prefer that over R32 all day. You know, and we might be able to import those once they turn 25 years. What size? I use a 1/4 inch and 3/8. For my copper lines. Again, I'm not I don't care for fast cars like most people do. I care for fun cars, and I care for cars that actually have some nice styling to them. You know, I'm sorry, but the Mark 6, the Mark 5, 6, and 7 look like minivans. Ooh, I said it. I said it. I don't care. They have no styling whatsoever. Yeah, they got power, but They're not, I'm sorry, they're not a nice looking car. They're boring to look at. Everybody has one. I mean, I have one. I have a Mark 7 and I hate it. I'm not gonna lie, I have a Mark 7. And I don't care about it. I made one video for it. Actually, 2 videos. I got a video for the what is it, for the thing. Ooh. Here we go. Much better. Would you ever buy a Subaru? If I like to buy cars with spun rods, yes. I'd buy a Subaru all day if I want a car that blows on me pretty much after, you know, 10,000 miles after owning it. They're literally known for just spun rods all day. Spun rods and head gaskets. Yeah, that's what I want. I want a car that just breaks on me the moment I buy it. Now I'm good, man. You guys want to see something sexy? I'll show you guys something for all you newcomers. You guys want to see a gorgeous car? I gotta get a. You gotta give me an emoji and a thumbs up emoji if you guys want to see a gorgeous car right now. Not many people have seen it. I gotta get a. You guys gotta hook it up with a thumbs up emoji. If not, I'm not gonna show you guys. I got one guy. One. No, I need a thumbs up emoji. Come on, hook it up with thumbs up emojis. I need all you guys to thumbs up. If I don't see more than 10, I'm not gonna show you guys. I need thumbs ups. Come on. For all you guys watching. Alright then. I'll stop what I'm doing. And I'm gonna show you guys something super sexy. Again, not many people have seen this car, so you guys better enjoy it. So you know what? All right, here you go. Again, not many people have seen this car at all. This is my built 1.8T Corrado that I'm building. With a full shave bay, painted Nardo gray with an extremely high glossy paint job. I'll show you guys the bay. It's gonna be hard to see. Hold on. Let me get the other light over here. You guys can see that. That's a 1.8T swapped over with a custom hydraulic clutch setup, with a custom Mark II bracket setup, with a manual steering rack built in. I built the block for 500 horsepower plus. This thing can take pretty much all you can dish at it. I literally put the most amount of money I could into this block, and there it is. Completely shaved bay. I have the rest of the interior in my other storage unit, so I'm going to be popping that over soon. All right. So, again, not many people have seen this car. I have another car that no one's ever seen that I'm also building on the side, is my Mark II. I have a Mark II that's also pretty much fully built as well. Full Audi, pretty much disc brake conversion on it, front and back, on this car and my Mark II. I also have a full European swap on it, so it's got European front and rear bumpers and skirts. It's also super wide fenders on my Mark II. I got a bunch of stuff. So, what clutch? This one has an FX400 clutch on it, with a custom flywheel that's meant to 11-pound flywheel. That's actually balanced to this motor, so no chatter whatsoever. This engine was built to, when you drive it, to make it feel stock. That was the whole purpose of having that motor built the way I built it. This copper line. So this one is my brake booster. This one is my vacuum line. And then this one over here is for my wastegate. Goes down there. My wastegate's hidden. Yeah, Phaetons aren't worth anything. Because they cost too much to own. They're cool cars though. Alright, back to this Mark IV. Yeah, the Phaeton costs, it's pretty much a Bentley. They cost too much to own. It is an amazing car, but they just, the maintenance on them is just sheer, just stupid expensive. And then finding parts are just as bad. You have to go to Bentley, I think, to get all the parts for it. If you can't get them from Volkswagen, unfortunately. Because a lot of parts were made for the Bentley for that car. Pretty much that car was a Bentley clone. Just for a minuscule 60,000 versus like 100,000 for a Bentley. They made a Passat R36, you know, which is a Passat wagon. They made that. That's a real car. I would love one of those, but again, it's too new for me. I told myself no more new cars for me, except for my wife. My wife can have a new car, but I can't have a new car. I gotta have old cars. This line is such a pain in the booty. Oh, did I get it? Come on. This oil line is not being friendly with me at all. It's slipping too much. Yeah, but when you guys see this engine bay next, it'll be a completely different looking bay. I think I got it. Oh, come on, nope. The only thing I hate about this part is that stupid oil line. Never goes in. Never goes in the way I want it to. Sucks. Hand's getting really tired. I might have to do it from underneath the car tomorrow or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, I'll do it from underneath the car tomorrow. So I'll bolt on the turbo to the car or to the manifold. That's easy. All right, one bolt. Okay. Yeah, I do have a VR6 car, Bob Magician. I have the car next to my my Corrado is a VR6 that we're building. We have a 1.8T, a TDI, and a VR6 car. The Corrado we're giving away, and the TDI we're giving. I mean the Jetta we're also giving away. Those are all contest cars actually that I'm building right now. Literally building them to give them away. That's the whole point. The TDI is a 2000 with an ALH motor. It's the car that's on the cover of my channel. If you go to the main page of my YouTube channel, it's that car right there. That's the red Jetta that's all lifted. How does one win the giveaway? Easy. Watch my channel and pay attention to when we actually get to that point of giving away the car. And I will explain the rules when that happens. That's how one wins. You gotta wait. I'm not gonna explain anything until the contest actually starts. Now, the Jetta, the VR6 Jetta that we're giving away, only one way you can win that, and that's by becoming a Patreon member. Going to patreon.com and look up Pinchel's Garage and become a member. Patreon helps pay pretty much for everything we do here on the channel. Pays for parts, pays for content, pays for everything we do on our channel. Now, that's when you see me buying parts for a specific car, that's where the money comes from. Now, parts that I buy for my cars, no, 100% out of my pocket. I do not use Patreon money to fund my own personal builds. That is wrong. I don't do that. Patreon is 100% for you guys. So understand that. So we are all on the same page when you become a member. All that money legitimately goes to one car, and that's the Jetta VR6. The car is actually going to be orange, so if you like a glossy orange car, that's what can people know. Anybody around the world can win the car. If you're in Mexico, if you're in Canada, or anywhere outside of the US, you can win the car. But we're gonna have to figure out the logistics to ship the car to you or drive it to you if you're out of the country. Like, I can drive to you. I'll figure it out how to give it to you. Don't worry about that. I do not want to scam anybody. If you win it and you don't want the car and you want to give it to somebody else, by all means, you have that ability as well. To Texas, it's too easy, bro. Hey man, if you win, you win. It only takes $5 to become a member, and it's a $5 a month. There you go, Bob the Magician. You only get one entry, so as long as you're an active member on the Patreon page, you have one entry to win the car. Once the car is completely done, built, and shown off, we pick one out of all the members on the Patreon page. Right now we're at 34 members. You have a 1 in 34 chance to win that car, plain and simple. The more members that sign up, obviously your odds keep increasing. That's on the ground. And it came back to me. Yay! That's very rare. I get a wobble. That's awesome, Bob. Thank you. Thank you for becoming, if you become a Patreon member. Oh, and you also get a welcome box as well. So you get a, depending on what tier you are, every 3 months you guys get a box with a bunch of cool goodies, stuff that I make in-house. For first-time signers, you get a welcome box with all these cool goodies that we make, again, in-house. But every 3 months, you guys get a themed box. And that box comes with a jacket patch or stickers, a collectible toy, a collectible wheel, a bunch of stuff that we make here in my shop. So that's a cool thing that you will get if you sign up. And again, depends on the tier you are. You get more goodies the higher rank you are in the tiers. And then everything we do on the Jetta is based off a voting system, so it's a full democracy. All right, and you guys could have 100% control on what we do on the car. I just do the work, and then I make DIY videos on how to do it. It's 100% okay. It's completely fair. That gives you 2 entries. It's almost all the way down. Now keep in mind, if you cancel your membership and we decide to give away the car, you have to, again, you have to be an active member to win the car. You cannot just leave and come back, and you know, you got to be active. So I know that you're there and you're an active member. It's only fair because we have a lot of members that are, you know, again, they pay every month, and again, they're the ones who make the decisions. What's going on, Samke? Oh yeah, it's been a while, buddy. And then when winter comes, we also have custom jackets that we make. We make actually like a custom Dickies jackets, and then you guys get to have some really cool patches that we make for those jackets as well. Kind of like a members only jacket, but a really cool, nice black jacket for winter. It's a seasonal item that we carry. Hey Al, what size turbo is this? This is, oh geez, I forgot. I gotta read the box. I totally forgot what size it is. All right, so that bolts all the way down. It's an AR63 intake and exhaust housing. Well, hot and cold side. It's got a 2-inch billet wheel, custom made by TD Performance. Look them up. Really cool company. Trying to think what else is there. I don't remember all the specs. That's awesome, Bob. Thank you. Once you sign up, I will get your box ready. Make sure you put your shipping information when you become a member. That gives me the ability to ship you guys the box to your house or to your P.O. box, wherever you want it shipped to. Since you and your girlfriend are going to get one, pretty much you're going to receive 2 boxes. We also do live private videos on through there. So if you guys have a lot of questions and you want to speak face to face, you know, just a private conversation just with you guys, I do it through Patreon, because it gives me more dedicated time to talk to you guys. It makes it more personal. And then if you guys need help, you know, with diagnosing stuff, it just helps me get more time dedicated for you guys. So that's what I do with that as well. So if you guys want to do some diagnosing work and you want more personal time with me, by all means, becoming a Patreon member helps a lot, because it gives me the time and more dedication to that. Now, if it's something that you want me to broadcast so everybody can get involved with it, I love it. I love doing an open broadcast chat, especially when we have to diagnose something, because we get multiple heads out here, and it helps with helping diagnose a problem, or you come up with some really cool ideas. It might be the head, Ken. You might have a bad valve guide, or a bad valve if it's a brand new turbo. That's 100% possible. So in that scenario, I recommend doing a compression test, a leak down test, and a wet test on your head, and that'll help at least give you an idea what might be failing. You might have a head failing on you. I know it's something that most people don't want to hear, but it is a possibility that can happen. So wear and tear, man. Just wear and tear. You're driving a 20-year-old car, man. Things are gonna go bad, and then you add more boost to it, things are gonna go bad a little quicker than normal. Just 100% wear and tear. One more C-clip. It's just in a really crappy spot too. So it's Nick Frampton. Okay, Nick. Thank you, buddy. Thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate it. You don't understand how much it helps us here. It helps a ton. And you will see all the cool stuff that we do for VR6s, because that's all my content comes from you guys. All right, so turbo is mounted and ready to go. So my next issue that I have is I have to get a new charge pipe because this is too small. That's a 2-inch pipe and this is 2.5. So, but it's looking good. So I just got to order a 90-degree 2.5 to 2-inch coupler. I always get this brand right here, Upgrade. I use this, or I forgot another brand that I use a lot. APS or I forgot from them. These are pretty much 4-ply, super strong at holding boost. And then I also use T-bolt clamps. These guys right here to hold them in place, prevents them from falling off. Put my oil feed line back. All that's left now is just the oil return line. Oil return line on the bottom, which I'll do underneath the car. And then the downpipe, I gotta actually order new bolts for the downpipe, so I can have those ready to go. I'm tired of those backing out as well, so that's gonna be next. I'm currently doing a big turbo on my Golf 337, almost done, waiting on parts. Yep, that's pretty much what it is right now. It's a waiting game, 100%. Yeah, I gotta order hardware for the downpipe so I can get it to bolt back up. Because now it's stuck. Oh, that's why. Wastegate. I'll take care of that later. It's not a big deal. Only issue I think is I have is what to do is the N75 valve because it's going external wastegate. It's not an issue. Just have it tuned out and then use a manual wastegate. When you go external wastegate, you don't need an N75 valve. Use your external wastegate. Get a teal or tile, I believe, wastegate, and buy a bunch of different springs for it, and then just set it to whatever pressure you want to run your wastegate at. So this car is 100% ran by wastegate pressure. I don't use any type of software to tell it how much boost. It just runs off of wastegate. That's it. So my downpipe is completely custom made. It's made handmade by a shop over here in Oceanside, California, a shop called RPM, Richard's Performance Mufflers. They made my downpipe. It's full stainless steel, and they added a integrated wastegate that bolts in for me. But right now it's a tight fit. I gotta be doing it in the daytime because I can't see really well. So again, it's not a big deal right now, but something I got to do later. So right now, let's see here. This is all done. And then my intake goes in there. Just like that. Look at that, fits just the same. Except for that clamp. That clamp has to fit over there. But yeah, fits almost exactly the same. So I gotta buy two things. I gotta buy new hardware for the downpipe, and I gotta buy a coupler, and I'm done. And the car will be back up and running again. And I gotta pop in my new manifold, and then to get some new O-rings for the fuel injectors. Gotta get that taken care of too. Gotta have the car ready for the show. I mean, you can use a manual boost controller. I don't recommend them as much. No, I had the car towed. I just rented a U-Haul from what's it called, from I rented a truck and dolly from U-Haul and just towed it there. It cost me $90. I mean, can't complain. Quick drive, drop off, and then drop off the U-Haul. Easy. Easy, cheap, and safe. Don't have to worry about revving the crap out of it. But I'm gonna polish all of this, repaint the valve cover, get my new manifold in, get all this cleaned up and all this cleaned up as well. So it'll be all nice and shiny for the show. But yeah, that's it. Finished it. That's it for tonight, guys. Any more questions before I say goodbye? You guys have any more questions? I'm definitely here to answer and talk to you guys before I say goodbye. Luis, we can talk later for that, buddy. We also got a plan. When am I going to be taking your motor to you, buddy? We got to figure that out because it's we're coming up on the mileage, so I need to know when I need to deliver your motor. So definitely something I want to talk to you about as soon as possible because we got to make sure. Bob the Magician, I don't think anything about him. I don't like him. I don't risk it. Just invest your money on some quality products. You won't regret it. Quality means it's going to last you longer than a year. Quality is also going to mean that it's not going to break on you whenever it wants to break. Quality is also going to tell you, hey, I can rev the living crap out of it, run as much boost as possible, and you're not going to have to worry about it. The most notorious things about most of the biggest issues about cheap Chinese turbos or eBay turbos, what we call them, even though they're not made from eBay, the biggest issue is the impeller, or aka the CHRA, the actual cartridge built into the turbo. They're not balanced. They don't balance them correctly. They're super unbalanced, and so what happens is that once you start increasing the boost on your engine, on the turbo, I mean, that sucker is going to spin 100, 200,000 RPMs, and it's going to vibrate, and that's what causes failures. That's where, if these cheap turbos online, all they had to do was balance them, literally just throw in a $500 balance, and it'd be done. You'd have a turbo that lasts you 2 to 3 years without a problem, even up to 5 years, honestly. But the problem is that that's why they cost $200 to $400 for a turbo. You're gonna get $200 to $400 of life out of them. And the scary part about stuff like that is, if it fails, will it fail just mechanically, or will it fail and explode and dump all the metal shavings into your motor, which is way worse, just beyond worse than anything else you can deal with. Think about that. Think about your $200 motor. Say you built a $4,000 block. You put internals, pistons, you did all the machine work, new valves, all of that. You threw in a $400 eBay turbo, Chinese turbo, and you drive it great. You break it in, you do your proper break-in procedure, and you drive it like normal. And then one day you go take it to the track, and you go up your boost, with the way it's built for. You go up to 15, 20 psi, and you floor it, right? And then that wheel, so unbalanced, just destroys itself inside the turbine, sucks it into your intercooler, sucks it all the way into your motor, and then, Now you have scored cylinder walls, possibly damaged valves, and maybe you break an injector or something. And you know, done. You literally just threw away $4,000 versus $400 for something you could have gone the right way and throw $1,000 at. You know, yeah, it might have taken you an extra 2 to 3 months to get that $1,000. You know, we all have lives. We all have to work. We all make money. I work all the time. Okay, I do work. I work for Geek Squad. I've been there for 13 years. I have that full-time job. I get off of work and I make t-shirts, lanyards, stickers. I design 3D models and prints, and I print all that stuff. Go to my YouTube, go to my online store, pinchalesgarage.com. You can see all the products on there. I make those personally. Everything on my online store, I make with my wife. So think about that. I do that, and then I do YouTube. I do YouTube as often as I can possible. Like tonight, I had to do this job. What better time to go live with you guys than to me do a turbo swap and talk to you guys at the same time while I work? It's amazing. It's great. This is the greatest thing about YouTube. We can connect whenever we want to. So yeah, again, back to what we were talking about. You dump all that money and then you blow your motor for a $400 turbo. Yeah, not a good investment. Some people would just say send it, and those people are idiots. 100%. And if you're one of those people that literally just says just throw an eBay turbo or a Chinese turbo and just send it, unfriend them. Unfriend me. I don't want that kind of personality or attitude towards these builds that we have here on our channel, you know? You know, it's just one of those things, you know, might as well send it. But again, you're going to send it, and what if you're sending it on the road and you're out there and you hit somebody or you crash or you cause something stupid, an accident, you know? It's just not worth it, guys. It's just not worth it. Turbonetics is not an exception. That's a phenomenal company. They make really good products. Those are good turbos. Turbonetics, Mamba Turbo, Garrett, you don't need to be sorry, dude. Don't worry about it. Keep in mind, this motor here that you see right here in my bay, this has almost 300,000 miles on it, buddy. And it's built, and I drive the living crap out of it. In less than 3 years, it's had almost 40,000 miles put on it. You know, I drive a lot in this car, and I drive it as a daily. It's not a track car. It's not a show car. It's a daily driven car. That's why I spend my money where it matters, because I need to drive it. I need to enjoy it. My family loves it. We take it to shows. We clean it up, and it looks good. Well, but again, back to my point. Max speeding rods. Oh man, that right there is the true testament of Chinesium at its best. Ay. Okay, I don't even have a comment for that, because you know what my comment is for that. Either way, just spend your money where it matters, and just take your time on your build. If you're not in a rush to build your car, then don't rush it. Simple as that. If this is your only car, then go a different route. I'm just wondering, because my friend is throwing one on with stock internals, and he thinks if it pops, so be it, and he'll do a fresh swap and built internals. Okay. Well, again, Bob, that's your friend. Don't be your friend. Let your friend do it. Let him spend the money, spend all the labor to get an eBay turbo kit bolted in. It's not like it's not a 2-hour swap. You just saw me spend almost 3 hours just to bolt on a turbo, not including the manifold, the lower oil lines, the upper oil lines, the feed lines over here, not including the fact that you have to cap some of the coolant lines in here. You have to delete a bunch of other stuff. Let him deal with that kind of problem, because it's gonna take him a lot longer than just a one-day job. I'm telling you that right off the bat. Big turbo isn't a bolt-on. It's 100% just a waste of money and a lot of time, because you're gonna be like, oh yeah, we're gonna do this in a day. No, not even close, man. I built a lot of big turbo cars, and I've done some cheap builds where it's just like, wow. I cut a lot of corners because they wanted a cheap build, and it literally lasted like 2 months. I told him too, this is gonna blow up. He didn't listen. He didn't care. He had money. He didn't want to spend $1,000 on specific parts and stuff like that, and he regretted it. All right, Ragu Rao. What turbo are you installing? Hold on, man. Jeez. We just installed it's a Garrett turbo, built by TD Performance, actually. So it's actually using a full turbo Garrett turbo exhaust and intake housing, but the actual cartridge and impeller was built by TD Performance. It's actually a custom turbo for them. It's a bigger impeller. Dude, I'm not the best Bob the Magician. I'm just experienced. I'm going to tell you that off the bat. I built more than one car. And I've had a lot of trial and error doing it as well. On my own cars, not on other people's cars. You know? But thank you, though. It's not a GTX 30. It's none of that. It's a kind of a T3 frame turbo. So, you know, it's a journal bearing. So you'll notice it only has one line. Has a oil feed and oil return. So anytime you see a turbo, mostly with that line, it's safe to assume it's a journal bearing turbo, not a ball bearing turbo. Some of these turbos can come ball bearing with still just oil cooling in them, but it's not very common. But again, it's designed to make 350 to 500 horsepower with this turbo, with the right tuning and pretty much right tuning and proper build, you know. Samiki, yes, ARP. If you ever get a chance to get ARP or stock head bolts, just get ARP bolts. They're 100% reusable. So if you decide to rebuild your motor with higher performance parts, you can reuse those parts 100%. And yes, Mamba Turbo makes a really, really good turbo for a stock car. Their hybrid KO4 is actually super legit. Definitely look at that one. What's it called? Samiki. That's awesome, Ken. What size compressor? We're using a 2-inch billet wheel. The AR for the housing on both of them for the cold and hot side is AR63. So we're using a typical size turbine, but housing, but we're using a 2-inch billet wheel. I don't know the exact dimensions. I don't have the paperwork with me right now to get you the exact information you're looking for, but that's kind of the basics of it that I have off the top of my head. We're using a 3-inch intake, but the wheel inside of it is 2 inches. Don't worry about it, Ken. He doesn't need to chill. Those are people who are excited. They like this kind of stuff, and I like people who comment like that. It's cool. Don't worry about it, man. The next turbo I'm getting, which is actually from Mamba Turbo, I'm going to be getting a GT35, I believe, hybrid, with a full ball bearing. I think GT35 or GT30 70R1, whatever that's called. What injectors I'm running? I'm running 880cc injectors, Bosch injectors. I'm tuned by Boost Dynamic Tuning. The head is a full SuperTech valve train head. I also have SPA cams, stock pistons with integrated engineering rifle drilled rods. Everything has Catco coated bearings. And that's it. What size intercooler for this turbo? It's massive. I don't have actually a way of showing you it. It's pretty big. The intercooler literally takes up the entire front of my car for this turbo. I use it a lot because I drive a lot. I drive far, and I don't want to worry about heat soaking, especially when I drive really far. So it's a pretty big intercooler. Most people have little tiny intercoolers that are about this big. Mine's like triple that size. Ken, no, I actually ship out the ECU to him. He puts what they call a base file. You buy the remote tuning software, the remote tuning cable from him, and then he'll remote into your computer. He's going to provide you with some software to data log for him. So you're going to data log the car. Yes, I am running mathless, 100% mathless on this car. So he'll remote in. Once you get the ECU back, he'll remote in. You're gonna get some software from him, and then what you're gonna do is data log for him. He's gonna ask you to do certain things. You're gonna have you drive in a certain way, so he gets the proper readings of your car's fueling and air intake and stuff like that. Once he does that, he's gonna tell you, up the boost, and then he's gonna give you a new readings, and that way he'll get you remapped. I think I've been remapped about 5 times until he got me the way I want to be. And this is where I'm at. And the car drives amazing. I mean, I still get factory gas mileage. All right, so I'm done for tonight, guys. So I will be talking to you guys later again. I'll be back live probably tomorrow, maybe tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure. It just depends on how fast I can get some parts in. How long does the tuning take? About a half an hour, maybe 40 minutes, if that. No water meth injection. Don't need it. Don't need water meth. I run on 100% pump fuel. The car runs great. Well, as lifters, stock lifters are 100% fine. What valves? I recommend Supertech or Ferrera. If you got the money, some people, it's kind of hard. Ferrera is a lot more expensive, but they handle a lot more heat. Hey, Rao, you need to chill, buddy. Jeez. You only have to type once. This guy. I'll read your comments. I'm looking right at it. I use Supertech intake and exhaust valves. I use Supertech with the matching, I think 2-groove. I believe it's a 2-groove Supertech valves. Pretty much the factory setup. I use that for my setup. It's perfect. I don't have to worry about burnt valves. I don't have to worry about having valves fail on me. It's all right, Ken. You just gotta comment once, man. All right, Ragu or Rag who Raoul. It's cool. Again, it's one of those things you gotta just take your time when you're investing into certain parts. Don't rush it, because you might end up buying parts you don't need, or you overpaid for something. So take your time, shop for the right part, and find the right parts. I get all my internals and everything for the heads I get from integratederengineering.com. Best place you can get for 1.8T stuff. Everything you need to build a high performance 1.8T, you get it from them. Phenomenal company to buy products from. Worry about that tomorrow. It's not a big deal. All right. Price for the turbo. This one retails about $1,200 to $1,400. I got a hookup through a shop of a friend's shop, and I paid about $800 for this turbo. But retail, it's about $1,400. And no, I cannot get you that turbo for that price. That's like a personal friend hookup, for me, not for everybody out there. Yeah, Good stuff. All right, it's time to say goodbye. Hopefully, Ragural, hopefully I answered all your questions. CTS Turbo is also another good company. Yes, CTS for sure, another really, really good company to get stuff from. ATP is also another company that I highly recommend. ATP Turbo. This turbo, Samiki, is a temporary turbo. It's not my permanent turbo that's going on my car. The Mamba turbo will be my new permanent turbo that I'm going to be getting for this car. This one is just on here for temporary use until I get my Mamba turbo in. I've had this one for about 2 years. I've just been sitting on a shelf, so I decided to put it in after my other one failed. All right, Samiki, peace out, everyone. Have a wonderful night. Great chat. I love it. It's always fun and productive. I did a lot of work tonight, and hopefully you guys learned a lot tonight with me too. Again, as always here at Pinchal's Garage, we're gonna break, we're gonna fix, and we're gonna repeat. Peace out and have a wonderful night, everyone. Oh, that's so cool. Tell your boss who runs Eurodyne, I said, hey, greater party, because you guys are awesome. Yeah, I never tried their stuff like that. I don't know about those parts. Never tried them, so I can't tell you if they work or not. Sorry. But I do know they make legit turbos, that's for sure. All right. You guys have a good night, and peace out.